right here, ready to go out. I've got these. They just got to be dropped into the mail. AZ Coins, good day, sir. Hope you're doing well. Siren, thank you so much for throwing those links in there. Let me pin those. Appreciate you dropping that stuff for me. Uh, Pin, come on, pin. Where are you? Here we go. All right, so those two are pins now. Appreciate you doing that. Let's see, who else is here? Kid of mine, good day. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. The Acadian Carpenter, good morning. My new favorite show. That's nice to hear. I appreciate that. Today, we're going to do a couple of things. I've got a couple packages here that I've waited to open because I want you guys to see them. So I'm going to show you those. But I also have, we're going to be showing, Eric has a bunch of coins that he is waiting to attribute. He's trying to get some stuff done. And we're going to be showing those. We're going to be talking about those, and we're going to be looking at some of the varieties. We've looked through a couple of them before the show started, and he's got some cool things. So if you guys like what Chuck calls affectionately coin porn, you guys coin porn. You guys are going to definitely enjoy seeing some of the goodies that they have today. But I want to show you guys two coins. Let me get this out. These things, I've been waiting to get these in, and they're just little pieces. They're nothing major. But you guys know I like history, and I like stackers. And I got this in. I really like this piece. It's a really good. It's cool. In a thick case, but it's just a tiger stacker. It's actually just silver, 2 ounces of silver. Cool piece. But this is what I wanted to show you. This, you guys know I love my ships. I love my history. I love naval history. I was in the Navy. And I got this. Oregon Stacker reached out to me and said, do you know anything about this? And I'm like, hell yeah, I know who he is. And they said they found this. And he set this aside for me, and I got this coin. It comes in a really neat wooden box. But what I like about this is the coin itself. I'm a fan of boxes, but this is just really cool. And I like the way the coin is set. So you can see it's kind of got that light Arctic blue. The can't see it very well, but just a really neat piece. You got the ship in the background. You got his profile, and then it talks about his adventures going through the Arctic, and so, excuse me, the Antarctic, because he explored that area down there. So, really cool piece. So, I just wanted to say thanks to Oregon for keeping me in mind and setting that aside for me when he found it, because he was like, Frosty, I know that you love this stuff. So, another item to my ship collection. So, I just wanted to share that with you all. So, fun stuff.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday.
Yes, Yak, it is very proofy. Pedro, what's going on, brother? Hope you're doing well.
Good morning, everybody.
Did you get some rest after yesterday's events?
Me?
I was talking to Pedro, yeah. And well, did you get some rest after yesterday's events?
Yeah, I had to go to Joanne Fabrics. I don't know how many people have wives that sew or spouses that sew.
Oh, you were saying that.
Closing like 80% of the stores.
Yeah, you were saying
we had to go walk through that, and oh Lord.
Was it an adventure?
It was, and we didn't buy much because the prices were higher than they were even with the sale. So we'll go next week probably and try to redo it and see if they're getting desperate yet.
Well, one of the tricks of doing a store closing is to raise everything up 20 to 30% and then drop a 40% sale, and you're actually only doing a 10% discount.
Well, the word sale doesn't mean lower price. It means something is for to purchase.
Yeah.
So, it's a very random term as far as the English language goes.
Yep. So, but yeah, what they can't do is they can't say that it's a liquid. The other one is liquidation sales. They
That's
can't.
what this was.
Yeah.
This was they closed a bunch of the stores and moved all the product to like 2 or 3 stores in the area, and they call them liquidation centers.
Very cool.
Collector Invest. You would not believe I got to open a collection dump box of pennies, 100 Indian cents and 40 wheats, all in uncirculated condition.
Ooh, that's
wow. That would be a hell of a fun thing to do. Yeah, that's awesome. Do you drop a video on that? I'm sure you probably did.
I would love to see those uncirculated Indian head cents.
Yeah, crazy stuff. That would be amazing.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's always fun to hear of those stories. I haven't had any. I went through boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes and found basically nothing. Although I take that back. I did get to open a package from somebody that I found an 1859 Indian. It wasn't in new condition, but it was still cool to find that coin. What's up, Coach? You stopping by in for a like? Hope you're having a good one. Yeah, I mean, we see people find some amazing stuff. What's the guy's name that found the gold coin in the penny roll or the nickel roll?
Dave, and I think, did Rob find one yesterday? I saw something on one. I didn't actually pay attention to it.
No comment.
But he said possible gold, and I don't know.
Yeah. Did you say no comment?
Nope.
Nope. About which one? You said no comment. Never mind. Oh, I got to open this one. So, do you guys know who Florida Metal Detecting is?
Mm-mm.
You ever heard that name? He sent me
I know
something.
the only metal detector really channel I know is Quarter Hoarder.
You know what? I like that one.
I did
Who is that?
Like Quarter Hoarder.
Quarter Hoarder. I don't know that I've ever heard that channel. What? Do they just are they just a minesweeper guy or?
No, he's really good. They do a lot of pre-Revolutionary War farm fields and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
No, I see it. I watch other people in the community that detect too, but no, I've never heard of Florida Metal Detector. Go ahead, finish your story since I interrupted you.
So he sent me something. I want to show you what this is.
Proof 1909 Indian headset. Okay, I got it.
Why is my lighting? Oh, I need to turn my lighting that way. But this is, why is it not showing up? It's a Germanic fantasy issue. It's a 1 ounce AG Italian and Germania custom strike. And this thing is really cool. So, Florida Metal Detecting, thank you so much for that. That was really cool as hell. It's a blend between an Italian, the Intaglio, I think it's Intaglio and Germania. Really, really freaking cool piece. Plus, I like his stickers. His stickers are cool. So, FMD, thank you so much for that. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, he's a good dude. Collector Invest, one of the Indian cents was a proof 1909 cent. Yeah, I'll have to see those.
Yeah, I would like to see that too.
That is cool. Put your send me a copy of the link, and I'll throw it in my chat. Jack Goldman, good morning, sir. How are you?
There were only 2,175 proof 1909 Indian had sent.
Oh, it's already been sent to the grading company. I would have sent that off to the grading company too. Verify its authenticity.
Yeah.
That definitely would be something I'd do.
Well, those are tough to distinguish between proof and business strike too. So
I got permission to metal detect the battleground in the Dakota War of 1862 in the spring. Vote for Pedro. That's cool as hell. You better be doing a video on that.
nice. Heck yeah.
I got permission to detect the final battleground of the Dakota War 1862 in the spring. That is cool, dude. Make sure you... Hey, Eric, thank you so much, bud. 5 gifted memberships. Chad Brookman, Reggie Neighbors, Mike for Democracy, B.H. Ringer, and Jay Tizzo. You know, that he's no good at trivia.
Anyway, sorry, I had to.
Yeah. Thanks, Eric. Appreciate the gifted memberships.
Pedro, I have a question for you. So for any of you guys that do that metal detect properties and stuff like that, when you do that, typically, I would think that typically you would, like, anything you find you would give back to the owner. But how often do the owners tell you you can keep whatever you find? Does that ever happen?
So I don't know about them. I haven't done much metal detecting, but there have been people, like with Ray, there have been people to call him like they've lost stuff.
Yeah, I know about that. Yeah.
Well, but he's found other stuff in their properties, and they've said, you can have that. So I'm sure, but I mean, if you find something major, some massive historical find,
well, yeah, but
I'm not sure that you would be able. Yeah, he says quite often. I bring my kid. That probably helps. Maybe.
Yeah, I've always wondered that. I've always wondered how often, like, because most of the ones that I've seen, like, they say they give, everything that they find, they give to the owners of the property or whatever. But I often wonder how often the owner of the property says, "Yeah, go ahead, and you can keep whatever you find." So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, most likely Collector Invest, it wasn't somebody who understood what they had. It's not like they just took it and dumped it for the heck of doing it. It's most likely somebody who had no idea what was going on. The hoards that I usually the people drop and stuff are like silver dollars. Usually those well, in my history of having seen numbers of these, they were theft. But they were usually silver dollars. Yeah. That was usually the ones whose grandson was stealing it from grandma and going to buy gas and beer and stuff like that at the gas station. So.
Yep. Or other things.
Well, I wish, and I told her this a couple of times, and she offered, and I always said no. Looking back, I wish I would have taken her up on her offer, because when she passed away, they took all that stuff anyway. And they took it to different stores because they knew that we knew what it was. But I wish I would have taken her up on the offer and just been able to buy some of those, because she sold me, I got 3 or 4 of them, and she just sold them to me for the price. It wasn't, the value of the coin. She's just like, hey, I've got $5 in silver, you can buy them. I wish I would have bought more. It would have been nice to have been able to do that. My dream would be to metal detect the Paso Thermopylae. Oh, yeah. It would be so cool to be able to go through and look at Greece, the Battle of Thermopylae, Trojan, Greece, all of that Greek, Iliad, Homer, um, leading up into the lower parts of, leading up into the lower parts of like Rome and things like that, all that, Greece, Italy, all that, this whole area. That would be so much fun. That would be cool stuff. So, well, very cool. Vote for Pedro.
I just want to tell everybody in chat that when they're looking at stuff and everything, ask questions, because otherwise I'm going to get really bored.
Hey, you want to pull that up, Eric, and I'll share my screen. Yeah. So let's go ahead. Eric's got a bunch of goodies we're going to go through today. We're going to talk about what you see.
We'll start out with a couple Lincoln cents because that's my comfort zone.
Yeah, that's fine. So we're just going to kind of go through some of those items, and then again, today we're just looking at coins, general chit chat. If you have questions, please ask. We'll answer those questions as they happen. But today is just.
Don't ask about a specific coin unless you have the ability to send Frostbyte good, clear photos.
Yeah.
Because
Dirty water. Why is it as soon as we start to show errors and varieties? Did we say Clash? Did we ever mention Clash?
Right.
What's up, Dirty? How you doing, brother?
He must be in the other side, huh?
He's in the other side. Yeah, go click on the link up top and you can come to the other side. I was like, did we say Clash? That's a pretty one.
Yeah, and that's the one that usually gets people hooked. But there's a lot of things. You don't find these searching your pocket change that often. But then we got reasons to search pennies in pocket change. One that is good that people don't see that often is right there, DDO number 1 on a 2006 Philadelphia set.
Really see that in the R of Liberty.
Oh, yeah. And then...
yeah, the T, the Y, yeah.
You have DDO number, or 1DO3. This is not listed on the Kaneka site, but it's a really nice one, too. Lots of double die obverses in 2006. 2004, there's a really nice, see there, you can see it really good in the date.
Yeah, see those how the zeros look like
it's
cat
oblong.
eyes. Yeah, the inside of it looks like eyes, like cat eyes.
And then a reason to look through your zinc sense.
And you notice the screen went blank? Oh, okay, no. That's a beauty.
Yeah, that is a beauty.
That is a beauty.
She's a beaut, Clark.
Now, Azure, I want you to know, now I've got that song stuck in my head. Should I stay or should I go now?
Now I'm just going to grab stuff. Here's one to keep a lookout for. Right there. And that is a 1987 Roosevelt dime. These can be found in mint sets. So if you got a 1987 mint set, RPM number 1.
Everybody seeing that all right? If you guys don't see something, let me know. Dirty Water says he wants that 2014 in his collection. Yeah, don't we all?
Dirty Water. You can just buy a roll of mixed cents and you'll find one.
Right. He does have the luck, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, so let's clarify this. He has the luck because he looks through tons of
hundreds.
Stuff. Yeah.
It is repetition.
Yeah.
That is the way to find stuff, is to keep looking for it.
Azure, don't keep doing that, because now I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head. If I go, there will be trouble. And if I stay, there will be double.
Let's see what we got next.
It's
going to be through dimes, nickels, quarters, halves, pennies.
So, real quick, Eric and Paula, this morning before we went live, were we not talking about songs that stick in your head?
Yes.
Yeah. Now I got one in my head and it won't go away.
Earworms.
Earworms. That's a really nice one.
That is a nice one.
Joe McBride said it took him 2 years before he found his first double die.
And that, to me, like I say, everybody says, what's the hint in finding them? The best hint is find one. Then you actually know what they look like.
Whip it. Whip it good. Yeah,
That's a nice one.
that's a really good one. There's some nice die scratches in that one too. Real nice identifiers.
Yeah, that one was, I think
Die
it's
markers.
an FS listed coin. It is FS 501, RPM number 1.
Yeah, very cool.
39D.
Very nice piece. I like those old ones. What's up, Eric? How you doing, bud?
This one is just a random RPM.
So, Eric, that is exactly right. Knowing what to look for helps. But we talked about this a little bit. Looking at it, not knowing what you see, but just knowing something doesn't look right, is a really good indicator to just stick something aside.
And your first impression is usually right.
Yeah.
When you look at something, you go, oh, that don't look right. There's probably something that's not normal to it.
Yeah, so take time, set it aside, and then pull up the stuff about the coin and then do some research.
Oh, absolutely. Go to the websites like with dimes and nickels. You go to Wexler's or Variety Vista. This is RPM 54D, RPM number 3, I think. Yep, RPM number 3.
Joe said his first double die was a 72 DDO number 3. Nice.
And that's a good one to
That's
find.
nice problem to have there, Joe.
They're still singing.
Vote for
Rock the
Pedro.
Casbah. They're all singing "Rock the Casbah." On
All right, here's
Yeah.
something. This is not listed, but it is an RPM, a 49D
Franklin.
Franklin. Yeah. Minor. A lot of people would say this is minor, but it is a 49D Franklin.
Did you hear that Benjamin Franklin created the door knocker?
No.
Yep, won a Nobel Prize.
Oh my gosh.
And most of these, so you know, were my picks at the fun show last July.
Nice.
This is always a good one.
Over S.
Yep.
I like those. I like New Orleans mint marks. I don't know what it is about them.
Yeah, that's an 1882.
Nolans.
Nolans. They look like the all-seeing. It's the Riddless. The eye Riddler, the Inflame. Call back to.
Look for errors and varieties. I just look for all 9. Then you are missing out on most of the value. Collector invest.
There's a little minor RPM that is listed in Wexler's. I think it's WRPM 3.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a pretty good marker there too.
And that's the marker. Well, that's not listed. This is later die state, but this is the marker, the identifier right there, where my little hand is.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool coin. Hey, Strider, what's going on, bud? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Oh, you'll like these.
And PB used to say, if you were going through boxes of cents and you are only pulling out the copper, you are missing out on most of the value.
I say that about boxes of halves. If you're really looking for silver, you're missing the valuable coins.
Yeah, the quarters, anything. Yeah.
Speak of the devil.
There you go. Double die obverse.
Yep. Sorry, Paul, I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize.
No, you're fine. It's your show, man.
Can I record that and tell my wife?
Yeah.
And there's a couple good quarters coming up here.
What is the best, black bear or brown bear?
I've never tasted either one.
What is the best, black bear or brown bear?
Dirty Water says, I love hunting Eisenhower dollars. Well, you should. You found some freaking amazing ones.
And there used to be tons of stuff listed, and they've delisted a lot of stuff, but there's a double die.
They have delisted a lot of stuff, yep.
Obverse.
Cadroll Hunter says, I completely agree. I do pull out copper in my penny hunts, but that's really just a side activity. I cringe when I watch half-dollar hunts
Oh
where
yeah,
they put
this
the
is a good
silver
one.
and throw everything else back. Yeah, and again, when you're looking at stuff like that, people are doing it for volume, right? They're going through boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes, and it is profitable for them, right? Because you're taking out just a few. The problem is people like errors and varieties. When you see stuff like this that's on the screen right now,
Yeah, this is a crazy one.
and they go for way more than the silver ever will.
Oh, yes.
A tripled die obverse. It's
Yeah.
FS 101.
Not to say that everybody has to become an error variety researcher, but at least find some of your most common ones and make sure you're looking for them, like the 64, the 74, 60, 69. What are some of the big years for half dollars? 64,
74,
71,
72,
74,
71,
76. Yeah, there's a lot of them. 70. I think there's even a 70 that's really nice.
78, yeah.
But this one is a quadruple die obverse.
That's just insane.
Look how fat that is.
That is, yeah, that's
Boing.
that's a beauty,
So I
Clark.
normally just look at cents, but I look at more than cents. When I go to coin shows, there's usually not enough cents to look at.
So is there anybody in chat who can't see that?
Yeah, if you guys look, don't speak up.
Yeah, please.
Don't not say anything because you don't want to, sound whatever, or you think it's a silly question, whatever. Because most of the time, if you have a question, you think it's silly, there's 10 other people in the chat that have the exact same question. They also just don't want to ask. So ask the question. If you can't see something, don't feel bad about it.
Oh no, you guys, I have we talk about this all the time. I have such a hard time seeing double dice, right? I have a hard time seeing them. Now he has one that is very, very clear. Paula showed me a picture of one this morning that is ultra clear. There you go. Right? Like as soon as he pulled that up, I'm like, oh, double eyelid. Like I see that one. It's very clear. But most of the time I can't. So don't ever feel bad if you can't see it.
I guarantee you that most of the people in chat have no clue what you are looking at. So like with something like that, you may want to point out what you're looking at, because
where I'm looking is right.
Doubled eyes are not like there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it's a tiny little thing there that would be
this one
skipped over by a lot of people.
Would be one that gets skipped over by most people. But it's right there with the Peter finger.
And you know why, Eric? Because most people don't look at both sides.
That's
most
true.
People, when they're searching through coins, especially cents, they look at the obverse, and that's it.
And here is another important pickup point that most people miss. There's doubling along the wheat line right here. And that's actually an easier way to tell than looking at, a lot of people will try to turn it and try to look at the end of the stocks right here.
Look at the dot.
Oh yeah, that's big, but in comparison, do I have a good one here?
Look at what dots?
Look at the dot between the E and P.
Oh, the E, yeah, E and the pluribus, yeah. If they're elongated, definitely. Yeah, I got you.
It's supposed to look like an egg.
Yeah, I got your checking.
Here, let me go through this.
The bottom of the L, the E, the bottom of the E, like all of that is like fat and plump and.
Yeah, folks, if you're watching, please, if you're watching vertical mode, double tap that screen, smash that like. I know if you're watching on the TV, it's hard to do that. No big deal, but if you can do that, please smash the like. It really does help out.
Here is another.
Feel free to share it.
That's a good question, Pedro. So that. A lot of times you find these in rolls, so you've paid us 1 cent for it, face value. If you can sell it for $1, that's a huge profit margin right there.
1,000% profit.
Yeah, this one is easier to see than the last one.
Yeah,
you can see it really on the edge.
Yeah. But Pedro, so to talk about some of the values, Eric, will you do me a favor? Go pull up that 63 quarter.
And if you're only pulling it for the copper value, that's what, 3 cents?
Yeah, maybe
So
three
at
and a half
3 cents,
now. Yeah.
even if you find something minor on it that's only worth $1, right? Lamination, whatever. If you can find, if somebody will buy it for $1, that's a lot bigger profit margin than the copper value.
I'm gonna just go to PCGS and see if this is listed on there. I'm sure it is.
Yeah. So when you're talking about, so again, there's
NIFCs, collector invest. NIFCs are absolutely not worth more than silver. Not intended for, a lot of people don't even collect those anymore because they really, they have very low value.
Yeah, look like
Unless
balloon
they're
animals.
proofs, unless they're proofs. Proofs are not NIFCs. So don't let people talk you into that, because a lot of people believe that. You're not the only one who believes that NIFCs have a high profit
All right,
value,
this is.
a high value, and they really don't.
Let me look at this coin. This is, in my
They are very
opinion,
abundant.
Hey, Dirty Water, there's the link down below. It's pinned up top, but you navigate to there. I stream 2 ways. I stream in vertical and landscape. So go to the landscape, and that's where most people are chatting. I want to hit something first while it's here before it leaves.
This would hammer the grade right there. And this goes back to what Chuck says. I don't know if anybody else watched his stuff. Washington is looking at that mark. So that's a field that you don't want any detracting marks in if you can get away from it. So I would say this is probably a 63, 64 maybe. Probably a 60.
Hard to say without seeing the entire coin.
Yeah, by camera, unfortunately.
Front and back.
Yeah, that's why I looked at it with a loop. If the obverse was as nice as the reverse, it would be a 65. But I would say, huh? Well,
Frostbyte was going to say something about before it left, and I don't want him to. What were you going to say, Frostbyte?
That's okay. Finish your thought, Eric.
Yeah, even in 63, it's a $125 coin.
Okay, this
was
the nugget.
I paid $9 for it.
Nice.
Yeah. So again, there's big money, but not all varieties and errors are created equal, right? So
that's right.
It's a very fixed question to say, well, how much is something worth? So again, there's way more to it than that. But Coach asked a question. It's a really good question, and I want to bring up the information. It is a 63 Dirty Water. If someone had a budget of around $1,000 per year for coin collecting and wasn't into errors or varieties and only wanted to start with 5 or 10 coins per year, where is a good place to start? I have said this. There are a couple sets of coins that you can get the key dates for fairly cheap. Nickels are one of them. You can get really good grades with full steps for $150. And we're talking 65, 66 full steps for a 1950D. So you can get some really good key date coins. But again, if you only want a couple coins a year, you could also pick up your peace dollars and start with a 1921 and a 1928. Instead of getting 5 or 10 coins per year, get 2 and get the key dates. And then from there, start working on the other ones, because in year 1, you get the 2 key dates, but in year 2, you finish the rest of your book.
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
What's the intention? My first question to you, though, is what's the intention for your collection? Are you doing it because you want something for your kids in the future to have, that something that'll retain its value, or are you doing it just because you love the coins? And because if that's the case, then you need to buy what you like.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're a weirdo like me, you just buy what you see.
Buy what you like. I mean, if you love the peace dollars, then buy the peace dollars. If that's not your jam, if you like the commemoratives, then buy commemoratives.
If it isn't apparent already, you can tell what I like.
If you like gold, buy gold. If you like silver, buy silver. I mean,
Yeah,
Here's
but
one.
again, when you're talking about collecting, if you're looking at collecting sets, there are coins that if and this is my opinion, you guys take it and leave it, whatever you guys want to do. But if I've done this the hard way, where I've collected the entire freaking book and now I'm stuck with two gaps in my book because I don't have the key date.
Exactly, Cad.
And so it's like, look, I mean, it happens, okay? But if I was to start and knowing what I know now and looking at certain things, I would buy that key date coin. If I had $1,000 budget and I'm like, look, I can get two key date coins, or I can get 3 or 4 coins this year. I'm going to buy my two key date peace dollars, or I'm going to go buy some of the highest grade. We were just talking just a moment ago. Dirty Water says he loves searching for Ikes. Ikes is a great example where you can put together an amazing Ike book for not a ton of money.
Yeah, real inexpensive. That's
Right.
probably
And
one of the cheaper ones to get high grade.
so there are opportunities for you to be able to put together pretty nice sets for decent money. Now, Paula is absolutely right. You collect what you want. There are people who enjoy ejection doubling, right? That people like to do that. She likes elongated scents. Okay. So collect what you want ultimately, but if you're looking at trying to start something and start a book or do things like that, find those sets that you like and find a grade. I think this is probably one of my most important pieces that I had to understand when putting books together. I wanted to create a really nice book of seeded, right? I'm looking at these, trying to find the prices. And as I was doing this, I was like, I'm never going to be able to get AU coins in some of these because they're $30,000 coins. What
Right.
grade am I going to be acceptable with? And so you have to set, I'm okay with getting just any kind of coin for this particular one, like my typeset book. I wanted to fill my typeset book. No big deal. But I want to increase them each time because I would like everything to be 63, 64, 65 in this book, knowing that there's some coins in this book that I will never have in that grade. And I'm fine with XF, right? So make sure you understand when you're looking at sets and you're like, I'm going to do a 65 Benji. Well, great. You can probably do that, but it's going to cost you some money. Whereas if you're going to do seated quarters or standing liberty quarters and you want to do it in 63, you got a couple coins in there that are 105,000. So beware. So again, manage your expectation very wisely. That would be some of the best suggestions I could give when trying to put something together.
And there actually are a lot of collectors that do that, buy 5, 10, 20 coins. And like you say, key dates, you can't go wrong. Those are coins that usually, there's the one, what is it, a 1940 Morgan? Used to be the baby.
Oh, and then they found the big old hoard, and now it's...
Yeah, they found a big old hoard, and then the $30,000 coin went down to nothing, basically.
Oh yeah, they're like $104, $300.
Yeah.
Yeah, sad stuff. Those are rare though. You don't that stuff doesn't happen a lot.
And they're
it does
actually
happen,
still rare, but they're just not. It used to be what, 3 or 4 coins known at one point. But yeah, this one here is minor, FS listed. But yeah, these were all pickups. So these coins are out there. Doubling on the eye. Never really actually noticed that before. You just have to, I guess, like I say, the key is once you find one, they become really easy, a lot easier to find.
You got really quiet, Paula. You still there?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought one of the
What?
ladies was up.
Oh, I don't know if they're up or not. I don't know. I got
All
a
right,
little
this
bit,
one's kind of hard to see.
no, I'm still just looking. I'm just watching the chat, looking at the chat.
But right there is the spine of the D. And there's a little bit here and a little bit here of the curves. And some of these are better than others.
Kinamine, don't worry. Don't worry too much about the 82 cents. There's some really nice varieties in those in the 82 cents, but and you'd have a much better chance of finding one of those than you would. Don't worry too much about your
82
trying to find the 82D small date copper.
Small date zinc double die reverse. That
Chuck
is
discovered.
kicking. It's valuable. It's a great money coin, and it's actually realistic.
Yeah, that's Chuck discovery.
That's a D over D South.
Do me a favor. Is that on copper coins?
It is.
Let me pull that up and we can share that.
Variety Vista, you can look on Variety Vista too.
I think it is on Variety Vista too, yeah.
Update my books, key dates. Yeah, I just want to tell, so collector invest, I'm sure you probably already know this, but mintage is just one factor when it comes to value. And it really is not even one of the key factors.
Look at some of the gold dollars.
Mintages is not even one of the key factors in determining value. Yep.
Aren't some of those at like
that
200,000 or something like that?
Hold on, say that again.
There's some with very low.
The gold dollars, the innovation dollars, the ones.
Like, yeah, and I mean the Sacagaweas,
when they quit putting them in circulation, there was no reason to make them. They make them for the sets and for the rolls.
Yeah, Susan B. Anthony's another one where you can find that wide rim, narrow rim for fairly good price. And you can get a collection of really nice.
The U.S. Mint puts out.
Go ahead, Paula.
The U.S. Mint puts out rolls and bags. The U.S. Mint puts out rolls and bags of Kennedy half dollars every year, and no year do they ever sell out. So just so you know, and not every year of the Kennedy half dollars are NIFCs.
I don't think they've been NIFC since
From
2021 now,
2002
have
on.
they?
And I think that 2018, I
know that they've made a plethora the last few years.
Yeah.
Is this the one you're talking about, Eric?
Yeah, the last 2 years.
That is
DDR.
DDR number one.
Oh, DDR.
There is a really nice
No, yeah,
1982p, and it's 1982p. Not 82.
It's a large date, right? Yeah.
Oh, 82p. Sorry.
Yeah,
You said Philadelphia. Date. I marked it as Denver.
No, I'm talking about the DDO.
The DDO is nice. That's
those are large.
Yeah, and that coin's probably near $100 in really great condition.
What's the what is it again?
1DR001. So right there.
Right there. Yep. That's Chuck's discovery too.
That's
right?
a beauty.
No, it was a friend of his though. I'm trying to think who it was, what his name is. Oh, it says on the top.
Might say, yeah.
Richard Ziegler.
Okay.
Yeah, look at that. That pluribus, that's crazy. Eric, do you have a FS101 1943?
Yeah, I might even have one. Oh, look at that.
That's a beauty.
I might even have one right here on the
I
deck.
don't have one, Dirty Water, if you want to send me one.
You can send me one too. Oh, right, you rotten bastard. I mean,
look at that paddle.
Ooh-wee.
You want to know the best part? Is I had 6 of these. And I actually sent some of these in to get graded.
Yeah, this is a beauty piece. This is one I usually use as a reference when you're talking about.
44's got a nice one too.
Yeah, that's
Not this nice.
God, that's a good looking one.
The reason I didn't send this one in is because of that.
You can send that to me. He's like, no. Yeah, that is definitely a fat bottom 9, Dan. Yeah, that's but again, when you're talking about double die, this is ones that it's you don't need a loop or anything to identify that, right? This thing like jumps out and bites you in the butt. This is a beautiful piece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very cool.
What's this one? RP53.
I like it a lot.
RPM number 1. And here's a good representation on why Franklins don't grade. If you look, there's bag hits everywhere on these coins. So finding one that's super clean with great eye appeal is really hard.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just a real minor RPM, and I do believe that's a FS listed coin there, which kind of amazes me. But this one is one of my favorites. Right, triple die obverse.
Yeah, see those things, it's just amazing to look at some of these. That is just crazy. I mean, yeah, that's cool stuff.
And this was in a box. I can't tell you how much I paid. There's no price on it, but I bet you it wasn't much over melt. This was in somebody's box at a show.
It's a hell of a cherry pick.
Well, that's the one guy at the last show. He says, I don't appreciate being cherry picked. I says, I don't think that's a actual problem with me. He says, why is that? I says, because the next time you see this coin in circulate or at a show, I'll be dead. Because I don't get rid of it.
Hey, what's up?
Chatter. Chatter on halves, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, that's that little box of coins. Let me find this one. This is all nickel, I think.
A decent USB camera.
Oh, you know what?
How much magnification should I be looking
Let me look through this
for?
one.
So, Pedro, errors or variety?
All right, here's a FS listed coin.
Hold on just a second, Eric.
Okay, yeah.
So
I'm
say that.
going through finding a couple
You
more.
you want to be able to see them with like a 10x loop. But if you're looking for like a microscope, you know, you're going to have much more powerful magnification, and it depends on how minor the variety is. I mean, if you want to only look for the major, like easily seen varieties, then you should be able to see them with the 10x. But he's looking much closer with his scope. So what magnification are you using on that?
It's probably around 16 to 18. It goes up to near 30 if I go all the way in.
Mm-hmm. So there you go.
Easy find there. I'm going through here.
But the scope Eric has is a pricey little devil, so just be aware that quality matters when you're looking at optics. The same thing goes for your loop. Make sure you find a loop with good optics.
Well, I use cheap. I have a cheap loop and I have a cheap pluggable. I mean, I have a more expensive scope too, but actually I use my cheap pluggable more often than I use my more expensive scope if I want to see the full coin and take pictures. But just to search for varieties, I use my cheap little $35 pluggable scope.
Yeah, so I will look.
You can spend thousands one.
I will look at more coins through my loop than I will my scope.
Me too.
I use my scope because what's nice about your scope is you can put it on your full screen and then just look at them. And that's nice to do, but I see more clearly through a loop than I do my scope. My lighting is not very good. The scope that I have is not a very good quality. And if I can't see it through my loop, then it's probably too small for me to do anything with. But
I found a couple more good ones in that same tote I pulled these other ones out of. So obviously, the fun show in the summer last year was a good show for me because it looks like there's about 50 coins here that are pretty good. All right, before we get to the nickel box.
yeah, Eric, that's one of the most important pieces. Lighting is extremely important.
It is very
If you have crap lighting, you're going to get crap images.
You're going to see things too that
Yep.
glare.
Here's another one.
They call that optical artifact.
That you can find in mint sets. See, now that's probably over 20x right there. But a 71D, I think it is RPM number 3. And I think you can find RPM number 1 in mint sets also. So if you got a 71,
No, the mint did not stop minting the cent Collector Invest. We don't know for sure yet. They have already this year produced 242,400,000 as of right now. We don't know. Next month will show us if they continued, if they still produced through February. All we know is that Trump mentioned something about ceasing the production. But even that, we don't know for sure if that's going to happen this year or what. So there hasn't been an executive order signed yet, contrary to what people are saying. There's no executive order signed yet. It was a statement made, and it kind of blew up. But you can go look through all of the executive orders that he has to this date signed, and there's not one signed yet. That's public record.
So, Eric, keep that there. Don't go anywhere for a minute. I'm going to pull this up.
That's beautiful.
So here,
That's lovely.
why did that not work?
It's like conjunction, junction. Conjunction, junction. What's your function? What was that? What was that whole series called that they did? The conjunction, junction.
School Time Rock.
Yeah, School Time Rock. They told you what a bill was and what a bill wasn't. Yep.
Here we go.
It will take an act of, it will completely eliminate the cent. Don't know about ceasing production. Yeah, so that's what's been minted as of today's date.
Already more nickels this year than all of last year.
He did not, Collector Invest. He did not sign. There has not been a bill, first of all. A bill has to go through Congress. And then it goes to the president. It has to go through Congress, has to go through the Senate, then it goes to Trump to sign.
Congress got bigger fish to fry right now than worrying about a penny.
Yeah, that's false. He made a statement that may become an executive order to cease production, but that does not mean eliminating the cent.
There is a great video, and I think Paula was the one that put the link from Whitman or the gray sheet
that talks
to an old bit director on how that all works. It's very, very, very informative.
And it's complicated.
But that's in Black White Q&A's Facebook, right, Paula? That link?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, but there's all the sales figures, so you can see how many cents have already been done. No, this will be changed.
Mm-hmm.
This will be updated here in about 10 days. And we'll get new sales figures or new
And I do believe
figures for the minting process for this.
that you will see the mintage of coins across the board will be a little lower this year than on average.
Probably.
Can you get me back up, or do I have to?
Nope, I got you.
Probably because they're becoming more aware of it.
Yep.
The awareness is out there now, and so they don't. The Secretary of the Treasury, he's in charge of determining whether we actually need them and need more in circulation.
And that goes back to what I'm about to say. When they flood the economy with cash or money, they have to take it back eventually when the economy starts getting better. And that's why 2008, 2009, the production was lower, is because the Great Recession was 2008. They were taking money back in 2009. So they only needed, the Fed Reserve says, we need this many coins. If they don't have them, they produce them. But if they don't need to produce them, they don't produce extras. But this coin right here.
Which one do you want to see? I don't know. Eric, do you have a 1DO001 72?
I do not. I have not come to the conclusion. I've not. Every time I see one, they want $500 for it, and I just cringe. And I've never. The only 72 DDOs I've ever found roll hunting are DDO 3.
3, 8.
Yeah, the common ones. It's like there's 3 or 4 of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And 3 is the one you find the easiest, by all means.
Yeah. 3 and 8, and 3 and 8 are very similar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
they're very similar, but they're beautiful and they're fun to find. They are
like the
great double dyes. So
I searched the 71 roll. There's a 71 DDO. I mean, it's very reminiscent of the 72 DDO.
71.
You got a DDO number 1? That's a good one.
I do. I do.
You picked it up about a year ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only ever found, I think, DDO 3.
I've never found one. I had to buy it.
But now this one, I'm going to show next. This is one of the easier, nicer RPMs to find in the Roosevelt Dime series, and it's a 51D, and it's FS listed, and it's wonderful.
A collector and best too. I just want to point out, I am not picking on you. I hope you don't think I'm picking on you. I think that, so there is so much bad information out there.
Agree.
Listen, you are not the only one who has heard some really bad information out there. There's tons of bad information out there. It's an issue that all of us here on the panel and many people in the chat who do kind of education about this stuff, we fight it constantly. So I hope you don't think I'm picking on you. And I don't blame you for thinking this stuff is true, because a lot of people think it's true. I just wanted to point that.
Yeah.
It probably sounds like I'm picking, and I'm not.
I actually do trade and sell doubles and triples, but like when I go to a dealer table, there's some dealers that hate nothing more than think that you're buying a coin and going to make $100 off of them. They do like it much better.
We know one of those.
Yeah, you do like it much better when they know the coin's not going to go right from your pocket into somebody else's pocket. And if I don't have a copy, the thing is, when I go coin roll hunting or when I go cherry picking through a show, I buy everything that has a RPM or double die on it, no matter how minor or major it is. I don't discriminate, because time is money. So you don't have time to say, well, I don't know. So I just buy everything. Because you want to get at the table, look through their coins, and get away so he can get somebody else looking at his coins.
Yeah, absolutely. Unless you're Adam Chambers.
No, Adam does that.
All day.
He's kind of got like
I
that.
know he does, but he will sit at a table for hours.
There's a couple dealers that I think
He
have
will
told
sit at a
Adam
table.
that he has to get up and leave.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
funny.
there's one I
That
know
doesn't surprise me because he will sit at one.
whether they did or not. There's one dealer I know that he goes to because I go to the same dealer. So.
Well,
And he
so
will. If you're sitting there
again,
2 hours, he'll
collectors,
say,
like,
"Hey,
be careful what you listen.
yeah, I got better things to do than watch you look at all my coins."
Collector Invest, I did we did a live stream on that. Go check out the one that we talked about, the end of the cent. I think it's going to be extremely informative for you.
This is another one that you might have a chance
Yeah.
of finding pretty easy.
That'll give you good, solid information. Talk about the legality of it, what happens, what the pros and the cons to it. There's a lot of really good information there, so go check that out. Okay. I think you'll enjoy that. That's a beauty piece too.
Yeah, that's a 64D, D over D over D. It might even be 4 Ds. No, it's 3. D. And this one is another decent one. 46. That's just another one. They made a lot of coins in 46.
That's a nice one.
Very cool. Clear as day.
And there's another. People don't search dimes for some reason. Dimes seem to be the easiest thing to find.
They're
right
small.
now.
They're hard for me to see sometimes. I do it because of eye issues, not because I don't like dimes.
There's a D over horizontal D, or what they're calling a horizontal D. It's actually a D over D over D again.
Can see that not.
That's a 59D. This is another. This one is double die reverse, and so it's FS502, FS802. There's the RPM. I'm not sure where the double die reverse is because oh, there it is. Minor. But it's combo coin, as I call them anyways. Has multiple varieties on the same. There's a little bit. You can see it on Unum.
What year is that?
46S. It's very light though. It's like right here.
Well, 40.
Really kind of hard to see the double die. Oh, is that some of it?
I'll be back. I'm going to go grab some more coffee.
Copy that.
Always keep that into consideration too, that there can be multiple varieties on one coin. That's like coins with machine doubling. Here's one. I've got a better example of this that I got at the last show. I just haven't processed it yet. And that is like an S over S over S. I think there's a little piece of an S here, then here, and up here. I think there's even some out here.
Hey, Mag, what's up? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Collector Invest, I added that link there. Save that link for later. That is the live stream where we talk about it. We broke down the legality of it. We talk about Coin Acts, what's legislation, how it needs to happen, what the process would be. Talk about ramifications, not only financial, but we talk about the mint. We talk about who funds the mint, how the mint gets their money. We talk about the misinformation that's out there. You'll get a lot of information from that, so go check that out. I think that stuff will really start to make sense for you if you look at this. Hopefully that helps.
You can see it on the lower part of the S. This is a mint set. You can get these in mint sets too.
The mint doesn't print currency.
Yeah.
The BEP does.
70D, FS802. There's a nice double die obverse in the mint sets. I've never found one.
And I think that the BEPs should stop printing the $1 and the $5.
Agree.
I agree with everything that was said.
Yep.
And the $2. I mean, Congress did make that authorization in '68 to quit making the $2 bill, but in '76 they wanted to make it for the bicentennial. So they restarted it, and the reason they keep making it because they need an act of Congress to make them stop making it.
With anything that comes from the Fed, anything that is produced, whether it be currency or coin, they're all coin acts, or they're all monetary acts. So,
that's what this is. Here's an interesting one.
Yeah, there's legislation that requires adjudication before they can just stop doing something.
Right here. Yeah. This, at one time, was a huge. People love these. They're D in the bush right here, or the wreath.
Yeah.
They found that to be a D on the hub or something. I don't understand, because they found like 5 different dies with this D right in the same spot. I think it's a die crack.
It's probably hubbed in debris.
But it's on different dies. So it's coming from the hubbing process. So yeah, it could be anything, but it's still collectible and it's still listed in the Cherry Picker's Guide. I don't think it has a ton of value, but it is new. Yeah, it does have I remember when they discovered that. People were like, really?
That's like the D on the bell on the Franklin.
Yeah. There's a nice one. I don't even know what year this was.
Yes, we do. We do not make the copper-plated zinc planchets. Those are
47S.
We get those from outside, a couple different places.
Let's see what this one is. 46S FS501. They're all pretty nice.
Oh boy.
That's what I say. I got one here though that's coming up that after this one, this is a nice dime. 2 of them actually.
There's some bad info being passed around in the chat, and I'm getting a little triggered. Sorry. I'm getting a little triggered.
A great thing yesterday about there being 3 sides to a coin.
Yep.
And this, let me take it out of this flip because I'm going to have a hard time showing you this.
Yeah, you can find
this is
a broken collar.
So John Hanna says if the BEP were to stop printing $1 and $5 bills and the mint took up circulating $5 coins, it seems we might start seeing a lot more $5 coins made in China. Well, again, so one thing that people need to understand about the currency, and again, this is.
So we know what this is.
You can look it up.
We see a lot of counterfeit currency too.
Yeah. So and I said this jokingly yesterday. It's true. It's an adage in China. The only thing in China that's not fake is your mother, because it's not. They have such a problem with counterfeiting that it's something that even folks in China state.
That's like I was going to say, Cad Roll Hunter does some tuning hunts.
Yeah.
He finds them every hunt.
Yeah. So
the polar bear.
It's going to happen again. When you look at counterfeit coins,
they have an entire. Sorry, they have an entire mall in China that it's called the Fake Mall. An entire mall.
Yeah, it's a 5-story building.
Sells counterfeits.
Where everything in the store is counterfeit. Yeah. And so, but
everything in the stores.
The thing that people need to understand when you're talking about this, counterfeiting, it doesn't matter what denomination, whether it be coin or currency, when you look at the information that is coming from China or Korea or India, or there's another one, and I can't remember the four top producers of counterfeit items. The moment something is out, it's immediately being counterfeited. Doesn't matter what it is. The moment something's released, it's immediate. There's people out there that are working on counterfeiting it. So it doesn't matter. It's like, if you're pro this or anti this, it doesn't really matter. Because as soon as something gets released, doesn't matter what it is. We go back to Eric's favorite trivia thing. The flip-flop is the most counterfeit item. And people are like, why the hell would you counterfeit a damn flip-flop? Everything is counterfeit. So it's important to understand, yes, we do that. But what we're looking at when we're talking about producing $1 and $5 coins versus $1 and $5 bills is, one is durability, and they're talking about the cost to do that. Money.
They've always said, why can't we make dollar coins circulate? You want to make them circulate, get rid of paper bills.
Get rid of the paper bills, yeah. And I'll be honest with you, I don't mind having a few coins. But talk about Cadroll Hunter and the Looney and the Toonies and the split bear claw, right? The camel toe, I think, is what they have affectionately nicknamed that thing. There are so many of them, they don't even bother trying to take them out of circulation. There was a guy, Cadroll Hunter, correct me if I'm wrong. I might have some of the information on this. But there was a guy in Canada who recently was in prison for bringing something like $40,000 worth of fake Toonies from China and trying to put them into distribution. So again, they're major problems, right? They have major issues with it. There are so many coins in circulation in the U.S. But you talk about counterfeit bills. Here's a question, and I don't want Paula and Alibaba. There you go.
I don't get a play.
Yeah, so there are massive issues with this. And so, but I got a question for you, and I don't want Paula and Eric to answer this because we've talked about this quite a bit. The number one counterfeit bill in the United States is what bill? The question for chat. Bless you.
Holy mackerel. I know. That was a big one. Lost some brain cells on that one.
John Hanna says the $20 bill. Crafty Dragon says 5. Magson says 20. Hugh says 5. Azure says 20. It is the $20 bill. In the United States, the $20 bill is the most counterfeit denomination. Now, go overseas. And what is the most counterfeit bill? The $100 bill. Now, when we talk about currency, there's an extremely important piece, and make sure, you guys, if you're not already done so, make sure you're smashing that like button. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. I appreciate it. But 80% of all the currency that we've ever manufactured does not reside in the continental United States. It is abroad. And so we've talked about this on various channels, and we're talking about backing gold and stuff like that. There's a very important facts that you guys need to understand about where our money is located. Physical money. Right? Say again?
That's your catchphrase.
You need to understand. Yeah. Well, because it is my catchphrase.
I think. At least the song.
I'm telling you, it's his his catchphrase. You need to understand
that, and always saying the word "so" before I tell a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's and our currency is not at Fort Knox. That's correct, Ray. But again, the important thing here is making sure you understand. There's so much misinformation. And again, as Paula said, to collect or invest, we're not picking on people when they do this. The entire purpose of this show, what Paula and them do at Live Coin Q&A, people like Coin Show Podcast. You hear people, Jack Young, Jack Riley. You see these people. The reason that we're doing this is to help alleviate the misinformation machine that's out there. You guys need sources where you can get good, solid, reputable information. I know we say this all the time. Don't get your information from social media. You just need to make sure you know where you're getting your information from. You can get good information anywhere, but make sure it's good, reliable, and fact check. If I tell you something and you don't think that sounds right, fact check me. And if I'm wrong, damn it, come tell me. But be careful spouting something you heard in a media thing or from somebody who, hey, well, I heard my Uncle Tom say this, or heard my Aunt Barbara say this, or my cousin John said this. Be careful when you're doing that, because where did they get their information from, and are they involved in it? Are they invested in it? Coin, money, the hobby, this is what we do, right? So, saying
it's like that old telephone game, right? It's like the old telephone game, and it's actually happened in the media also, because so far all we really know is that Trump said something at 35,000 feet in the air on his way to the Super Bowl. That's all we know. He said he mentioned it to the Secretary of the Treasury, who actually is the one who will make it happen, and it has exploded. And now, to no fault of his own, people like Collect Invest he's written a bill and he signed a bill, and no fault of his. It's just that it goes from one person to the next, and by the time it gets to the 20th person, the story has completely evolved into something else. Yeah, completely changed. And so it's like they say that a lie can make it twice around the earth before the truth even gets to the front door.
If you guys and gals like conspiracy theories, we're not looking at anything on the screen. Erica stopped moving it.
I've got something, but I'm waiting until this finishes off, because Paula made a comment about 3 sides to a coin yesterday, and I'm going to show you why that is.
Got you. Yeah, so they're like, move something, damn it.
Move that coin around, Ken Line said. Move that coin around. I know that is kind of a phallic-looking thing on the screen there.
Well, it's a coin nobody likes, so.
Yeah. Woo. It's the dollar, make you holla.
This is the hard side to look at, too.
Sorry, you guys. I know.
Yeah, and again, we're not picking on anybody. So Collect or Invest. Again,
no.
I want people to have good information. Paula wants people to have good information.
Yeah. There you go. Right there.
Yeah. Oh.
What we are looking at is the third side of a coin that is supposed to have edge lettering on it.
And it doesn't.
Has it been weighted off or no?
No, it came from the
No, that one's good. It's just missing the edge lettering.
Yeah. The first
error on.
I've got 3 of those. I got the George Washington.
George Washington's the most common.
John Adams, and then I think there's another one.
Thomas Jefferson. I think it's the first 3, because they used to put the edge lettering in the collar.
No.
They changed it. No,
no,
I don't think
no. They never put, the only time the edge lettering is in the collar is on the proof strikes.
Right. What I'm saying is they changed it to where missing this in the future wouldn't have happened after the first year or something like that. I'm not even sure. It still happens. I thought they took the edge lettering off the coin.
No, it still happens.
I guess it's just presidential coins.
On the Native American series, the edge lettering's still there. On the presidential dollars, I believe the edge lettering is still there. I don't think that they've changed that.
But as you see, this is circulation. I got this in change from a store.
Mm-hmm.
That's a cool thing to find and change from a store.
You do have to watch out for circulation and for people intentionally doing it, because just like you can find quarters with no reading from being stuck in dryers or rotational devices, same goes for the edge lettering on dollar coins.
Yeah.
You can dollar coins are used most frequently in vending machines. That in fact, that's probably the whole reason we have them, is because
That's
of
where
the
that
vending
came
machine
from.
companies.
Because
But
there was,
just as the reading being worn off on quarters, the same thing can happen with the edge lettering. It's less common with edge lettering because edge lettering is in cues. So it really has to be severely worn to have the edge lettering be worn off. But it can happen, and people will file them. So you have to look for file marks. But yeah, missing edge lettering is very cool. Doubled edge lettering. There are many reasons why you want to look at the third side of the coin.
I pulled that out just because of what you said yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, many. So to verify the authenticity of a incomplete or clipped planchet, you want to look at the edge. There are many times when you want to look at the third side of the coin.
All right. This is an interesting one.
That's a beauty. Joe, not all of our gold comes from West Point.
No, they make gold coins at San Francisco.
Yeah, not all of our gold comes from West Point. Usually the ones that you want to get are the ones from West Point, but they're not all made from West Point.
Well, in the past, I mean, Carson City's made them. I mean,
Dahlonega, Charlotte, Dahlonega,
Charlotte.
Excuse me. Is it Dahlonega or Dahlonega?
Dahlonega.
Yeah.
Dahlonega.
Which is interesting in itself. Here's an interesting question here. You know what this is? This is a 1971 D. But nobody ever looks for this one.
It's a nice piece.
People doing the $50 coin roll hunts, they don't look for this one. They always look for FS 101.
74D.
You know what?
74D.
That's another one they do. But this one is double the value of the FS 101, and everybody throws it back. So if we got any $50 hunters here, when you look at your 71s, make sure you look at this side of the coin too. Because I watch, I'll have a $50 hunt playing on my TV, and you'll see, oh, it's an FS 101, we got this, or 74D, FS 101. And I always go, why don't they look for FS 102? That's the expensive one in the series. When I talk about looking at a $50 hunt, everybody says, oh, I found silver, I found NFIC or FSC or whatever. NFC, yeah, not for circulation. FDIC, it's one of those.
Not intended. FDIC, not intended for circulation. Not intended for collectors.
But you just don't see people looking for it. And I always question, why not? There's lots to look for. It's like 64. They always look for 101. And there's like
Echo, Dirty Water said
101 through 106 or something like that in 64.
All speakers are echoed. Oh, hold on. Let me try something.
You leave your error collection.
Well, make sure it's not just him, because nobody else has said anything. So make sure it's not just.
Did that make it worse or better?
Oh, now I hear echo.
Yeah.
Now I hear an echo.
Is it gone?
I didn't before. Now it
sounds gone.
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
Nobody said anything except for Dirty Water that they've had an echo. So make sure it's not just him. Are any of you guys hearing an echo?
Not anymore. I did.
Well, I did it for a reason. I wanted to see if
Dirty Water says call an error. Are you guys hearing an echo?
Yeah, they say you're echoing.
Okay, now you are.
No, it was before. We've had this issue in the past.
Did somebody turn their browser on with the chats in?
No, I hear an echo now, and I didn't before.
It shouldn't be.
That, let me look back in here again.
Check your settings. Go into the little thing and make sure your echo is turned on, Paula.
Me?
Yeah. Go down to the bottom and hit your little settings, and then go into audio. Make sure echo cancellation's turned on.
Hang on.
All right.
1 second.
She's doing that.
Yeah, we've had this where you echo in the past.
My echo can't on.
It is on?
Noise suppression is turned on. Yeah.
Okay. Are my speaker volumes on? I don't know what you mean by that.
I hear an echo when Paula talks, Farm Dog says. No, I'm glad you said something, Dirty Water. I don't know why nobody else said anything. Just wasn't terrible enough for me to mention it. Jackalope said. Return of the Echo Cars. I know. I am doing a stream with Jack Young today, and I'm hoping that
let me see.
Again. That was horrible.
I'm turning off some of the elements on my end to see if it shuts anything off. If you guys notice any marketed improvement, let me know. But I'm not seeing anything on here that shows dual sources or anything.
Testing.
All right, look at these.
Paula's echo sounds hot.
It's not really an echo. It's more like lower quality volume. Stop it, Azure.
All right, this goes in here.
More like lower quality audio. It sounds better when you talk softly. Softly. I'm talking softly. Let me see your coin.
Azure's like, I'm heading over.
Be right there.
It's like an omnidirectional mic. So I'm wondering if I'll play with that and see if I can figure out a way to resolve that. Azure, that was funny.
Omnidirectional mic means.
It means
it's picking sound up from everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually do use one. Means it's got to kind of be in front of you.
That's a nice picture.
Oh, that's funny. But it's been generally the same show she always has. I wonder, Paula, do you have a headset with a mic with a microphone on it?
Who, me?
Yes.
No, Paula.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That's what I'm using.
That's what you're using.
That's what I'm using.
I bet you the mic is. I bet you've got two mics on. I bet you the mic on your.
Yeah, I bet your computer on your mic and your headset's on. Yep.
I'm on my tablet.
Yeah, I bet you the mic's on the tablet.
The tablet mic is probably on. Yeah, that's why I asked that question.
Let me see what it says. Hang on. It says, let's see, audio. It says, mic is my audio input. Audio output is headphone. So it's not.
Well, I'll walk you through how to adjust that because it's most likely what it is. We've had this in the past. It's not a big deal, but I appreciate you letting me know. Yes, that's a very nice double P.
Here, I'll unplug.
Yep. And that is a FS listed coin there. 42P, RPM number 8.
Okay, unplugged it.
So does the echo go away now that she's done it this way? So go ahead and talk, Paula. Let's see if the echo goes away.
I'm no longer on my headphone. What?
Get on with coin looking. Yeah, I got you.
Hello.
We hear you.
Testing.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, hey, Paula, have you ever heard the one about Robert says the sound is good? Okay.
That's the same one.
Have you ever heard the one about when sounds better? Everybody's saying it sounds better. Yeah. So echo's gone. Yeah, that's what's going on. Did you hear about the guy that went into to play
Okay.
music and he wanted to do a mic check
No,
and he says echo 1 2
no.
3, or he says echo echo. Oh no, hold on, what is it? Now I can't even remember the damn joke.
Oh, he's screwing up his own joke. That's what my dad used to do.
Did screw up my own joke. I started reading chat and I shouldn't have ever read chat when I started the joke. Now I just screwed up my own freaking joke.
Some
It's
people are
terrible.
saying it's still echoed.
Still echo. Kevin
Some
says
people
still
are
echo,
saying
still
it's
echo.
still echoed.
Some people say
Some
something
people
better.
are saying it's gone.
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. No big deal. We'll just continue.
Whatever.
We've only got a few minutes left anyway. But
Yeah. Well, listen, if you guys, I think it'll be okay to record with Jack. I don't think I'll have that problem recording it. Maybe it might just be a live thing.
maybe not. It might be something whatever, but
Worst joke. Jackalope said worst joke ever.
All right.
yeah, I kind of jacked that one up. That's true.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Worst joke ever.
I am a war nickel lover. I love that. Everybody hates nickels, but I don't. I love war nickels. Tons and tons of great RPM.
I don't hate any coin that has a variety or an error on it. In fact, the nickel that I think is the creepiest, with where he's staring at you, it's like, quit looking at me, has one of the best die clashes on the reverse.
Let's see what.
So
Good one
yeah, there's a positive about it.
Ooh, that looks good. That's a good one.
His eyeballs are popping out underneath Monticello. It's a great die clash.
So I got another joke. This one's going to be better. Did you hear about the little short dude breaking out of prison, climbing down a wall? I thought that was a little condescending.
What?
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Now this is a triple variety, but I'm not sure. There's the double die right there on the bottom of the A. It's really minor though. But it's got a great RPM.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
But then it has a double die obverse also. So it's a double die obverse, reversed, and an RPM.
I love when they have multiple items like that.
And it is FS101.
Very uncommon.
Yeah. I've got a couple. Joe McBride actually sent me one that had
on the bottom of the Y.
That had doubling in RPM and a lamination on it. It was really cool as hell.
Let's see what else I pull out of this box.
Oh my gosh, Ray, you're such a dork.
All right, Ray.
Consequences.
You know what I like? So it's like I got a knock knock joke for you. You ready, Paula? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and start.
I think so. What?
Okay, go ahead and start.
Start what?
I said I got a knock knock joke for you. So go ahead and start it.
Okay.
Let's say who's there.
No.
Oh, who's there? I don't understand what you're trying to accomplish.
It's like I got a knock. Okay, Eric, I got a knock knock. I want to tell you. Okay, knock knock joke. So go ahead and start.
Knock knock. Yeah, nobody's there.
Yeah, no, it's just one of the dumb ones. Yeah, it's just a dumb joke. You do that to kids, and they're like, knock, knock. I'm like, who's there?
I like the one where you give the kids each $1 and tell them to hold it up against the wall, and the last person who talks gets all the dollars.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. It works real well with 5-year-olds.
You and I would both lose that game, Eric.
Oh, yes, we would.
Oh, I am in good company, folks. I am in good
You would
company.
not be good at that game.
Oh, too much fun. Too much fun.
Like I say, you can tell I like my nickels. Especially the war nickels. Got lots of them. Love them.
Christopher D, thanks for the subscription. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah, that's funny. So, Eric, what do you have as far as reveals going today? What do you got going on?
Just a 54D plastic tube roll. Ooh, that's a pretty one.
Mm-hmm.
And these are, well, I say readily available. You have to look for them, but they're not, they're very easy. This is what, if you don't know how to find an RPM, there's a good tip right there. Look at war nickels, because the mint mark is 3 or 4 times bigger than another mint mark.
Ginormous.
It's
but
ginormous, right?
it's also, there's also a lot of ejection or machine doubling that happens on those and can be very confusing.
Yeah. And
die deterioration.
I went to a table, bought one, and it's like, ooh, RPM, stuffed it in. And when I got home and looked at it, I spent that little amount of time. It was actually ejection doubling on the mint mark. It is not uncommon. And everybody goes, whoa, how did you miss that?
No.
It's like, it's because I wanted to sit at the guy's table for like 20 minutes. You know, like I said, especially the first day of a show, it's one thing to hang out and spend hours upon hours at a table on the last day of a show. When the show opens up and it's packed, those people want to turn customers over. They don't want somebody taking all, and it's not uncommon.
And the lighting is not always the greatest.
That's right.
The lighting is not always the greatest.
And it's not uncommon if you're looking through their boxes of like pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, halves, that they say they don't even have any the first day because they don't want you sitting at the table. They want you buying the wares that are in the cabinets. That's a nice one.
Mm-hmm.
So how long you want me to go with this, Frosty?
We're going to go ahead and wrap stuff up.
Okay, sounds good. I got
to get ready for
another
church.
couple hundred nickels to go through, but maybe next week.
Yeah, today was just kind of
church. Everybody have a great day.
Bye, Paula. See you soon.
have a good one, Paula. I appreciate you going through some stuff, Eric.
Frostbyte, if there's anything you want me to ask Jack about on the thing today, just email it to me. We're doing the 1795 counterfeit dollars, so.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
anything you wanted to ask,
there's a couple questions I'd like to ask. Definitely. Yeah. I'll submit it over to you.
Okay. All right. Bye, you guys.
Bye, Paula.
Have a great day.
Magnuson's question before you sign off real quick.
What is the best way to get Ike dollars? It's hard to find them without
paying. Ask your teller
paying.
at the bank. That's the best way I've seen.
So you can find 1972, 1973, 1974 proof sets, mint sets for fairly cheap. And so
that's true.
Getting those, and you're usually going to find that you get them in a little bit better quality. Now, if you're looking for bunches and bunches and bunches and bunches and bunches of them, there are unconventional ways to find, like, how many do you want? Are you looking to attain, 20, 30, 40 of them? Because if you try to find them in rolls, you're going to spend a premium for them. Whereas you can go talk with, and we haven't seen these for years, but there are casinos that have vaults that they have old dollars in them. Like they keep some of these things. If you're looking at spending $1,000, you can go ask different casinos if they have any, and you'd be surprised. There are people who still to this day find ways to or they still find half dollars.
Yeah, I was going to say casinos probably got a
Yeah,
bunch of half dollars too.
that were done and heated up and stuff like that. So there's a number of different ways. You have to determine how many do you want. That's going to be the big one. Are you looking at having um, what are they for, right? So if you want really nice ones that you're going to put in a book, here, let me do something. I'm going to share my screen back. Let's put this here. I'm going to step away for just a second.
I'm going to stop sharing this screen.
Because I've got this, and this is, you can't see it very well. It's green. It's going to disappear. But I've got this Ike dollar set, and I've got all the Ikes, and it's really cool. Great, great, great condition coins. A majority of these came from working with people who were building quarter sets, or they were updating their dime books, or they were doing something. And so if you want, work with somebody else. Ringmaster Ray is in here. Me is in here. Talking with people like that. Find people who are looking to find certain coins, and go in with them and get mint sets and proof sets. And then you discuss about, let's say for instance, you want to find the 73 set of coins. In order to do that, you're going to have to come across 3 or 4 different sets to find the complete set of 73s. If you're looking at 76, you're going to have to find like 8 coins. And so find somebody who's trying to upgrade, let's say, their book, and they have this one. I just happened to be looking through these yesterday, so I have them both sitting right here. But let's say that I want to update my proof bicentennial quarter, right? And I'm looking for one. Well, you want to get the 76 that's in the proof, that's the 3-coin set. So work with somebody to buy that set and then split the cost with them and get the Ike dollar, and then let the person take the other 2, the half dollar and the quarter, right? So find people who are doing similar items and then work with them and trade back and forth. I've done this with me. I've done it with Ringmaster Ray. I've worked with some other people to get certain coins that I needed by just talking to them and finding out what's nice and what works. So there's different ways to do it. But mint sets and proof sets for Ikes, you can find some of those for fairly cheap and get really good looking coins. What were you going to say, Eric?
No, I'm done.
Okay.
Going to get ready for my reveal at 1:30 or 1 o'clock probably. And besides that, I'm going to do some yard work today. But I will see everybody next week. I can't wait.
All right. Sounds good, Eric.
All right, talk to you later.
See ya. Now, kid of mine just said, or Kevin said, he sent me an email. Hold on just a minute. Let me look at this and pull this up. Yeah, no problem, Mag. Happy to help. Let me pull this up. Let me see. He said he sent me an email with something. I didn't check my emails, so I need to get in here. I don't have anything from you, Kevin. You sent me an email? Resend it. I don't have anything. There's nothing in my email box. Pull it up. If you can send it to me real fast, I'll pull that up and we'll look at it. The only ones that I've got were some information regarding, this is something I definitely want you guys to be aware of. Avoid, and again, if you guys want to do this, then that's totally up to you. I'm not supporting it one way or the other. I'm not against it, but I'm not pro for it. But I will say this, from a security standpoint, there is something that I just received from a couple different people last night regarding I didn't send. I saved it as a draft. Yeah, it's hard for me to receive that way. There's something called We Are the Resistance. There are planned marches on state capitals all across the nation when they get ready to do the State of the Union address. There are 50 states, 50 protests one day, March 4th. Steer clear of those areas. If something foul is going to happen, it's going to happen in those areas. So, from a security warning, stay clear of your downtown areas because, again, there's an opportunity there for problems to occur. So don't be cruising around downtown on the 4th. If you want to do something like that, I'm not supporting it. You do whatever you want to do. But from a security standpoint, I would avoid those areas. So just be aware of that. If anybody needs information on it, reach out to me indirectly. This is being started by one of the biggest pieces of crap in our legislative branch, AOC. So if you support her, then whatever, we can't be friends. Just kidding. Yeah, but again, steer clear of this because this is where problems are going to align. So be very clear of that. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back to this item, see if I've received that. There we go, Kevin. Let's see what we got. That is a very, 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 very beat up coin. That thing is seen. That's been beat the hell up. You can see all the pulp marking and everything on it. Lots of heavy strikes. The rim is really good. There might be something like struck through grease around that area, but that coin has definitely seen better days. Let me pull this up. Let me pull that. Hold on just a sec. There. Let's flop that out. So again, yeah, you can see it's pretty beat the hell up through here. But this is what he's talking about down here. 2001, I believe, is what that is. Very weak down here. Could have some dye, some grease or something that had happened down here. But this coin is really, really beat up. Not a dryer coin. Definitely not. You got good, solid rim here. But this coin definitely has seen some better days. But yeah, you can see that there's probably some struck through grease or stuff down in this area. But it's definitely seen better days. Now, why is this not circulation wear? Because you look at the high points here on the cheek, on the head, and in the hair. The detail's really good, but again, so probably something struck through grease. Send this to Paula for certain. She can validate and verify, but yeah. Fun stuff. Too bad it's not in better shape. It'd be really cool to have this in a little bit better shape, but fun find. All right. Well, cool. Thanks for sending that, Kevin. I appreciate that. Saw the number was gone, thought it was neat, and I kept it. Yeah. Cool. Let's see. Sent you a cool, strong, repunched 70. Let me go check that out. Hold on. Oh, no, you're not supposed to close the email. Ding, ding. You're supposed to just minimize that one. Let me get back into my email. Hold on. When did you send that one? It was like it was left outside. Yeah, it's definitely seen some area. Yeah, she's crazy. Chad, when did you send that, Chad? I'm not seeing it. I see that I sent you a picture of something that went out a while ago, but I'm not seeing anything else. Resend that picture, Chad. I'm not seeing anything. I don't have anything in my email regarding a new coin. Let me search by your name. Now resend it. I don't have anything. It definitely didn't go to my Frost Giants account. So let me check the junk and see if it's in the junk folder. I don't think it would be. Search. No, I don't have anything, Chad. Send it again and I'll pull it up. Freaking awesome. 10 gifted memberships. Dude, thank you so much. Angry Warrior, Mike Noodle, that's awesome. FG Stacker, Eunice Torres, Nana Stacks, RB Area, Otis, Captain Stacks, Kinamine, or that wasn't Kinamine, GRC, and Steve looking for silver. Thanks, freaking awesome. I definitely appreciate you, brother. Definitely appreciate the support. Let's see if I got anything else. Not yet. Resend that for me and see if you can do that. I wonder if it's the same basic thing where it's sitting in your outbox. If it was a very large file, sometimes they take a long time to come through. I haven't seen this yet. I've got my phone notification sitting here. You just tagged me. I just got notification of a Discord 2004. Oh, hold on. No. Oh man, that's pretty. I don't have that. Let me check and see. AZ, my last comment. Yeah, I don't see anything from you either, AZ. Are you guys sending it? I don't see anything in my nothing in there, and I don't see anything in my spam. Somebody sent something to me from my phone. It's marked it as spam. Look at the coin with the loop. Let's see. Report not spam. Let me check this one out. No subject. Oh, there are some in here. Okay. It came through as your telephone number. That's why. Let me go back through and pull these up and see if they are showing up now. No, they're still not showing up. I wonder what's going on. I can't pull those up. You're going to have to put that, you're going to have to re-put that in. Yeah, Chad, I don't see anything. Where would it have gone? Unread email. Let me check and see if it's in a different one. Just do me a favor, resend it. Yeah, just resend it, Chad. For some reason, it's not showing up. I'm not seeing anything. The last one I got from you was talking about the package that didn't go through. So I'm not sure why that doesn't show up. It should be showing up. That's really strange. Yeah, I just looked in spam. There was something sent. I just got something from Jackalope. So I know I'm getting stuff in. Hold on. That's really small, Jackalope. Is that? Let me download that. Hold on. Is that an 8? I always love seeing this kind of stuff. Hold on. Let me check this out. Okay. Let me share this real quick. Ugh, such a pain in the butt. Hold on. So many windows open. There we go. Let's pull this over. And let's zoom in on this one. Looks like 1858, I'm assuming. Can't really see that last date. Not really sure what that is. Either one, 85. 7. There's the 7 right there. 1857 Flying Eagle cent. That's a nice find, dude. I'm not sure where you picked that up, but that's a pretty cool find. Kind of looks like there's a strike down here. It might be, actually, it's an 8. I'm sorry, it's an 8. That's an 1858. Kind of looks like there's a 7 and then an 8, but that's an 8. That you can definitely see this ridge down here. It comes across here. But definitely, it kind of looks like a 7's there. That's pareidolia, I'm sure. That's definitely an 8. Nice find. Nice piece. Let's get back over here and see if he has sent those back over. Yeah, I love the Flying Eagle scent. It's amazing. Farm Dog, you got to go. I'm dropping that stuff in the mail, so you should be getting that stuff here in a couple of days. Like I said, they're all sitting here. I just needed to put them together. And I have L's and Paula's packages going out today as well. So if I owe you something, they should be coming out. Let's see. There's another one here. I've got another email from AZ, so let me pull that out. And Chad, make sure you send those to me so I can pull that up. I don't have that that particular item. So let's see. What else do we got? AZ just sent 2 images. Oh, cool. Looks like a seated 1832 cap bust. I like this coin. Let's pull this up. I'll have to see what his question is, but let me open these up first. Okay, let me pull that up real quick. And I'll share this with you guys. Just sent you an email. Yeah, this is really cool. This isn't the coin that them and Jack are going to talk about. This is a different coin. They were going to be talking about the other one. This is a cap bust. This is a 32. The other one was the $17.95. That's the one that they were going to be discussing with Jack Young. But this is a pretty cool coin. I'm going to share this one real fast. I've got, this is the reverse. We'll pull the reverse up first. Let's move that over. Let's make that big. And let's zoom in. Again, this is the $50. This is the 1832 cap bust. I really like the heraldic eagle on this particular one. Good looking coin. I would need to actually look at it, pull up my resources to look at all the markers and make sure everything is right on it. But here's another one. This is the obverse of that. And this is the obverse of that. So, and I actually have, is it 1832? And this one, let's see, where's my $50? I have a 30, a 37, and a 44. 30, 32, and a 37, excuse me. So I have this exact coin in my book. I'd have to look at it a little bit. I love this design. I like the old school designs. They just look nice. I wish we could get some artistry of doing this, but this cap is just, it's a beautiful piece. So cool coins. I would have to look at them to check the authenticity a little bit more. I don't know if it's authentic or not. I'm probably sure it is. James Valley, good day. How are you? Hope to see you more in the streams. Thanks so much for coming in. Hey, Mike, what's happening? How are you? Thanks for coming in. Mike, I'm sending you Another revision. There was a revision. There was something that Paula and I talked about. I had to edit it once again. So I'll be sending you a new version of that document. So you'll be seeing that here in maybe 30 minutes or so. But I appreciate you taking a look at it. Robert Bruce, John, that's exactly what I thought when I saw the video of us talking about 64 nickel. I missed something. 37 likes, 20 watching, appreciate it. Oh, yeah, we're not even going to talk about that, Yahoo. Hey, Robert Pintoff, you want to talk about a guy who has some pretty cool stuff? That's Pintoff. Chad, I just got notification of that email. Let me go ahead and pull that up. Give me just a second. Let me get there. Yeah, there's the 95. AZ just sent me the updated ones. That one, I will pull that up in just a second. That's definitely something that's going to be talked about. Chad just sent me this, so let me download this. This is really cool. Oh, it's not going to let me do that, so I'm going to have to show in this format because it doesn't like that view. Hold on. Hate it when it does that. Absolutely annoying stuff it is. It is. It is. There we go. So let me get here and move that over. Unfortunately, I can't zoom in on that. Let me, actually, I might be able to. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Let's zoom in on that. Something funky with that 7. You can see the O is flat here. Definitely see some doubling in that. Again, you see the wider edge here. Nice. Very cool. Down through here. Thickness in the 7. Definitely something going on there. Nice piece. Very cool piece, Chad. Robert just picked up a 32 cat bus. Yours is gorgeous. Mine is a filler. Let me grab the other one. I'll see if I can't pull this up. Let's pull up the other one that is AZ just sent out. This is, yeah, that's the coin that they're going to be talking about. This is the 1795. This is a sad story. This is when people do really good things and unfortunately get taken advantage of. But the amount of information that can come from this, the positives that can come from this are great, and the fact that they're doing this and AZ is willing to share this information is amazing. Because yeah, it's okay. I like the cat bus. Well, I'm going to be looking at that one later. This image is really important because when somebody's trying to do something nice for them, this is why it's important to get with somebody who really understands what it is that they're looking at. Unfortunately, Dark Skoy picked this up as a Christmas gift, and as looking through it, you can see there's definitely issues with this particular coin, and it ended up not being a real coin. However, the information that we can glean from this, the information that can be shared and passed on to other people is huge. And so I want to make sure that people, I've been getting emails. So, but this is the coin that they're going to be talking about. So they're going to be doing an interview with Jack Young talking about this. So this is the coin that she's going to be doing that interview with. And I definitely have some questions. So I'm going to be forming some of those and sharing that. Yeah, definitely turned into show and tell time. Wasn't expecting to do this. Hey, Chappie, what's going on, bud? Hey, look, I still have it. Ah! That was a long story from yesterday. But yeah, I appreciate you sharing this. again, we can learn from mistakes. And so the important thing when something like this happens to you, yeah, the real one would cost quite a bit of money. Hey, Liquid, how you doing? Good to see you. Unfortunately, this is where making decisions about expensive coins or rare coins without consulting people who really understand the coins, the varieties, can get you into hot water. Now, I say this not to pick on AZ coins because one of the very first coins that I picked up that was what I thought was rare was my birth year in the trade dollar. It's 1873. It is a very hard coin to find. And I found one that was about $400, and I thought, oh, I'm all over this. It's a $2,000 coin. I don't think they fully understand. Jumped at it, bought it, got it in, and as soon as I saw it in person, was like, oh no. Fortunately, reached out to the person, and I think it was pretty clear to them that they didn't know that they had been dealing with a coin that was not real. They immediately refunded my money. I immediately sent it back. They're very apologetic. It was one of those things where I do believe I don't think they were trying to deceive. I think they just didn't know. And I am Hugh. I'm old as hell. No, I collect coins that were 100 years of my birth year. It's one of those things that one of the things that got me into coin collecting was buying those for my birth year for my daughter. I got too much stuff open. My screen is freezing on me. But yeah, so again, it's important to be able to know and understand what's there. But we can learn from these things, right? So there's so many opportunities to gain and to learn information from people, and mistakes. Nobody ever learned anything from doing things right all the time. It's by making mistakes and by doing research and understanding what it is that is going on that helps us grow and become better at what we do. So I really do appreciate. I was 100 in 1873. Yeah, smooth. I use lotion. Yeah, you think this is smooth? Won't even go there. But yeah, so you can find a lot of really cool things. But again, it's important to understand that. Thanks for the clarification. Yeah, you're only a year older than me. But yeah, it's important. And so being able to learn from people's mistakes and being able to share. There's a lot of people. There's stories. I'm sure almost everybody in chat has had some sort of experience with fake coins, whether it's having them come into a shop, buying one, seeing them online. I know that Mike is here. Not only have they seen Common Era, but they deal with a ton of counterfeit agents, which it's fun to watch him and Aaron talk about their Ancient Coin podcast, where they talk about some of the fake ones, and some of the fake ones sell for mass monies. Yeah, he's like, just a few. I'm sure a whole hell lot more than a few. But again, we learn from that. In order to really understand what a fake is, you have to become familiar with the actual authentic one. But again, when people make mistakes, there's opportunities to learn. So never look at this as I'm foolish, I made a mistake, I'm an idiot. What did you learn from it? And if you gain something, if you glean something from those types of experiences, then you're better for it. And that's how we grow as people. That's how we grow in this hobby. And so don't sweat that. Don't feel bad. Yep, just like real life. So anyway, I have been on longer than I wanted to. There are other people getting ready to stream, and I definitely don't want to be streaming over them. I'm going to wrap stuff up. Again, folks, thank you so much for being here today, for all the support. Make sure you're smashing that like. For the new subscribers, thank you. Mike, I will finish that document out and get that to you. I'll probably do that here in the next few minutes. So be looking for that. I apologize. I write like I talk, and so there's going to be lots of revisions. Always a sketchy place. Antique stores, flea markets. Be extra careful. Liquid, that's a very wise thing. Now, you can find great things in those locations. but you definitely want to be careful. You want to know what you're looking for. And if you're in the market for a very specific coin and you're going to go try to cherry pick those, know the coin. Know what you're going to look for. Don't just go out willy-nilly and say, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm going to go look for coins. It's a good time to get caught buying something that you're not aware of. So make sure you do a little bit of research about the coin you're going to purchase before you go. All right, folks, appreciate you guys hanging out with me on this weekend. I'm going to go get some stuff done, take my wife out to lunch, visit, and then go check out Eric later when he's doing his reveal. And you all take care of yourself. If you have the opportunity, go check out Witticism, if you like dad jokes, and go check out my daughter's channel, which is Bifrost Artworks 49. All right, folks, love you guys. Be well, be blessed, and I will see you guys in the stream.